Well, hey there, Frisco. Okay, we are starting to see a big buyer pullback in this market.
Everybody out, pull back.
How is that affecting prices? And buyers, how are these interest rates affecting your purchasing power compared to the market of earlier this year? Well, we are going to talk about all of that and more for the local real estate market right here in Frisco. So keep watching. Hi, I'm Jennifer Shannon. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams serving the Frisco area, and I love to be a resource for all things real estate. So part of that is updating you each month on what is happening right here in our local real estate market. Prices dropped for a third month in a row for Frisco. It was just a 2% drop from the month before. Now, if you are reading the local news, you might have seen some of these headlines, like this one. About 45% of DFW home sellers slashed their asking prices in July. Or this one, Dallas-Fort Worth, only U.S. housing market where home sale prices dropped. Now, I just want to point out that I kind of saw this coming. You see, in June's real estate update, I predicted that we would likely see month-over-month shifts in pricing. Take a look. And I believe it is possible that we will see month-over-month shifts in pricing due to the lightened demand. And this is evidenced by so many houses dropping their price on the MLS. But overall, our year-over-year growth is still going to be strong. So don't be alarmed that this is actually happening, because when we look at the year-over-year data, we are still incredibly strong for sellers. Our average sales price is up 24.4% year-over-year. We're seeing this month-over-month price drop just because folks aren't offering over asking like they once were. And that's what was driving prices so high. So again, it's not that prices are necessarily going backward, it's just that people aren't offering the crazy over asking amounts. In July 2022, homes sold at just 0.4% over the list price. In March of 2022, homes sold for 10.4% over the list price. So it means, on average, people were typically offering $80,000 over the asking price for a home here in Frisco. And now with interest rates at 5.55% and 0.8% in fees and points, the latest data from the Mortgage Bankers Association says that applications for mortgages were down 21% from 1 year ago. So clearly, buyers are pulling back. But this is interesting to me because of how the math of the market of today compares to the market we just finished. So let's go back to the market of just a few months ago. If you made an offer on a home in Frisco that was listed for $750,000, here's how that math worked out for you. So you have your $750,000 list price, meaning you went $78,000 over asking, plus had to pay $4,250 in closing costs for the seller. You also weren't getting a lot in repairs. So your cash down payment would be $169,850, and you financed a little over $662,000. So with rates at 4.5%, your principal and interest payment would have been $3,356. But if you look at a house at today's average sales price of almost $800,000, and folks are just paying 0.4% over asking, that comes out to $3,200 over asking, and you're not having to pay anything for the seller's closing costs. You can also negotiate repairs now. So your cash down payment in this is $160,640, and the financed amount a little over $642,000. So rates at 5.55%, that puts your payment of $3,669. So you are looking at about a $313 increase. But now with the market getting stronger for buyers, we're even getting some sellers to pay the buyer to buy down that mortgage rate. So let's say you are able to get a buy down of 0.5% from a seller. So now your interest rate's at 5.05%. That would drop your monthly principal and interest payment down to $3,469. So just a $113 a month difference in payment. And you're also bringing $9,000 less of cash to closing. So if you are a buyer who's been sitting out because of interest rates, the numbers might actually not be as bad as you think. Plus, you have so much more to choose from as far as options go because we've got a lot more inventory now. So with all that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the market today here in Frisco. So for this data, I am looking at single family home sales for the city of Frisco, and these numbers are based on sales data from July. The average sales price was down to $797,579, but up year over year 24.4%. New listings actually went down this month to 414 homes, and that's a 1.7% decrease from last year. The overall number of homes for sale did go up month over month just because things are taking a little more time to sell, but it did take a big leap from last year, and we currently have 613 homes for sale. We are still well below our pre-COVID level of inventory though. At that time in July 2019, we had 1,000 1,142 homes for sale in Frisco, and we now have 2.7 months of inventory. But again, looking at July 2019, we had 4.3 months of inventory for Frisco, and the time it takes for a home to go under contract is averaging 17 days on the market. In July of 2019, it took an average of 61 days before homes went under contract in Frisco, and our average sales price per square foot went down from last month and is now at $252 a square foot, but up year over year 25.4%. And the amount homes are selling for over asking price has dropped for the second month in a row, and we are now averaging 100.4% of the sales price, and this means that more sellers are negotiating. So that's good news for you buyers. So what's the takeaway? Well, for these last few months, I really liked looking at our pre-COVID numbers, because if you take these last 2 years out of the mix and compare 2022 to 2019, you'd see that we're really not far off from that market, but we're actually performing so much better. Our inventory is lower, so homes are still selling faster than the pre-COVID time, and our prices are still strong for sellers. So in these videos, I have been getting a lot of flack because I am constantly pro-buying and pro-selling. And yes, lately that has definitely been the case because the numbers are still strong for both parties. In Dallas-Fort Worth as a whole, with our great job market and overall affordability, it's just attracting a lot of people. And with more demand, prices will not get any lower. And now there are ways to negotiate deals to help ease a buyer's fears of maybe feeling like they're paying too much, whether it be on the overall sales price or with financing. So if you are thinking of buying or selling in this market, let's talk. If you're a seller, you can attend one of my upcoming home selling webinars. In this webinar, we are going to talk about what it takes to sell your home in this market. We'll also give you a clear picture about the expectations that buyers have of sellers right now. I'll give you insight as to how to get even more out of the sale of your home because, as I'm sure you're aware by now, it's more than just naming your price and putting your home on the MLS. We're also going to answer the big question most sellers are asking, and that is, should I list now or should I wait? So visit homesellingwebinar.com and sign up for an upcoming virtual home selling webinar. It's free and online, so it's super simple. And you can also skip the webinar and contact me directly about selling your Frisco home. We've also just added home staging to our services and are so excited to share with you how that has helped sellers in the shifting market. So for buyers, I've got a webinar for you too. You can also contact me directly about buying your next home in the Allen area or attend one of my upcoming free home purchase webinars. So we're going to talk about what to expect as a buyer in this market. We'll also talk about negotiating offers and discuss the process from a lending side along with the true cost of buying. And I'll answer the question that most buyers are asking right now, and that is, should you wait to see if prices come down before you buy? So visit homepurchasewebinar.com to get registered for this free online webinar. As always, you can reach out to me directly by contacting me via phone or text at 214-803-4444 or email me at jshannon@kw.com. Well, that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to updating you next month on the Frisco real estate market. Bye now.